What's going on, bro? It's your boy Derek King. I'm with Rhythm and Flow. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe and tune into the episode.
I fly you out for the distance. Show you what them niggas wasn't giving. Call out for work, I pay with interest. I know bad bitches need love and attention. No.
Yes, sir, Derek King. Thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate you, man. How's everything going?
Everything's good. I'm chilling. I'm tired, but I'm chilling. I'm chilling though, for sure.
Yeah? You have a long night last night?
Yeah, I had a show last night in Fairfield. And then had to drive all the way to San Jose. Then from San Jose, I had to drive all the way to Oakland. So
Staying busy, huh?
Yeah.
Staying busy on the road.
Yeah.
How was that show last night?
No, it was lit. It was cool. It was a good little vibe. I performed out there before, but I think this was like my second time, so it was a good crowd.
Yeah,
it's pretty lit.
It's fire. So like our podcast, we're more based here, Pacific Northwest, Salem, Portland. So like for the folks that are tuning in that maybe don't know who you are, where you're from, like tell them a little bit about who you are, when you got into making music, what you do, just talking about yourself a little bit.
Oh, well, I got into music when I was probably about 14, 15. It was just because my brother had a computer in my room, so my room was the only room that had internet. So the computer was based in my room. So like, my brother dip or whatever, because he was doing music with like his high school just for like fun and games. But when he would leave, I'd take over and I'd just try to like sneakily do music and things like that. Yeah. And I just caught a passion for it.
What software did you end up starting with? What software did you start with?
Audacity.
Oh, I know that one, Audacity.
Yeah. I was with Audacity, and then my sister took me to a studio and we met somebody. I forgot who we met, but we met somebody, and then they bought us Pro Tools. Oh, my mom took me to meet this person. I can't. Oh, somebody from Tony. I know Tony. No, Carl Willer. That's his name. Carl Willer. If y'all know Tony, y'all know Carl Willer. He was like a bass player for him. And my mom and my dad knew him, and then my mom took us to go see him. And then like he got us Pro Tools, he got us a mic, he got us everything. Inbox, all that. Yeah, he hooked us up.
Oh, that's dope. So I mean, you kept pursuing that dream. Eventually, it led you here, to what you're doing now. I mean, speak a little bit about your own recent success and the popping songs that you have on the charts right now. Like, talk about it.
Oh, I mean, most of what I'm doing right now is like YouTube stuff. I'm trying to like build a brand and build an image because I had the song or Tetris was a huge record in the Bay, and I felt like some things wasn't connecting the way I wanted to, so I just kind of like I moved to LA, and then when I moved to LA, I like got introduced to like the YouTube life from my friends out there. And then I just picked that up, and then I started doing that, and I've been getting a lot of good success with that. And I feel like that's been branding me more as like an art, like not an artist, but like a person versus like an artist. Because some artists get lost in things like that. Like some artists will think just because they record's the hottest song, they think they the hottest. So it's like it don't work like that all the time. So you gotta kind of like know how to brand yourself. So that's what I've been doing mostly, is getting my brand just as of me.
That's dope. Like Gucci Mane said, don't get lost in the sauce.
Nah, you can't get lost in the sauce.
Can't get lost in the sauce, baby. No, that's dope, man. I've been seeing that you're on some vlogs too with like DDG and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like my friends out there, DDG, Dub, Deshae, J Cinco, just everybody like the LA. I guess they call them the LA crew. They call us like the LA crew type thing. So just all of them. They kind of put me on to that life, because I wasn't, when you're from the Bay, you don't really look at content as important of what it really is. And then when I started hanging out with them, it was more like, no, content is where it's at. That's where that's very important. So
how would you say what would you say is the importance of content and music, and is there similarities in like making a song and like making a YouTube video or like streaming, is there similarities, differences? Do they merge well? Like, talk about that a little bit.
I mean, a little bit. It's kind of like the same thing with like making a song and making content. It's kind of like just a creative process. You got to think outside the box. Think of what's going to draw the audience, things like that. But it's very important to make content, because if you can't do that, then the song is nothing. I mean, with my record, Tetris, I didn't know I was making content back then, but I guess I did. I did like a challenge when people
One of
was
those
dancing.
dance challenges?
Yeah, when they was dancing with a pillow or dancing with whatever you could find, that was like content for Instagram. So that drew over to get Billie Eilish to mess with it, and then Billie Eilish did it, made a video to it. So content is very important. So you can't be in your shell just too much.
So when you're like making content though, is it kind of like you want it to kind of translate to your music? Like you're making content, doing YouTube and all these other things, and you want people to see like, oh, I'm not just a streamer or a YouTuber, but I'm a musician or an artist. I make music. Is that kind of the mindset, or you want to
a lot of people know from my channel that I do music first, so it's not like, oh, he's a YouTuber. They know more of like I come from music because I have like the accolades and me doing music. It ain't like I was doing YouTube, then I started doing music. So it's like, I get that kind of respect from my YouTube audience, but because they understand. But with YouTube, I just put it to where it's like I want to show my life, my vlogs, and like what I'm doing day to day. I kind of like don't be in the studio or you know what I'm saying, just everything about music, because that doesn't really tell the audience who you are. Like, who are you besides you just make music? Like,
Right.
what do you like to do? What's your favorite food? Or what, where do you like to go? Who do you hang out with? What's some drama in your life? Like, things like that. Like, some people want to think more deeper in and they want to feel more connected with you versus just press and play on a song. So that's what I kind of like learned from it.
It's like you're adding more character to your music.
Yeah.
Because
facts.
then you, like you said, you show people a different side of you, and they're like, "Who is this person?" Besides the studio.
Facts. 100%.
That's cool. So, what's your essentials like for recording content or anything like that? What do you use? You keep it simple, like iPhone, or you you got like yourself like a DJI or anything like that?
Not in the beginning. I was using an iPhone, and then I got up to like a camcorder. And then I had a G7X, and then now I got like a Sony SV10 or something like that. So it's a nice,
like
it's
the
a nice
EV
camera.
ones.
The one I have now is my
EV10.
favorite. Yeah, you could like switch the lens out. and
Yeah,
stuff. That's my favorite
bro,
camera.
those are fire.
Yeah, it's cool. It's small, compact. Like I put it in my pocket.
That's the whole sales pitch.
Yeah. Nah, 100%. Because I don't want no big, bulky camera. Like, and I'm holding a big, bulky camera, and I gotta take a backpack. Just to bring some of the stuff. So I like what I like. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It gets the job done for sure.
I went to a camera store recently, and the guy literally pointed me to the EV1. So it's like the step up from the EV10, and the dude's like, "Put it in your pocket." And I put it in my pocket, fit perfectly with the lens and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shoot!" And then he's like, "Run away with it." No, I'm playing.
No, hell, I would have did for sure.
I was like, "Damn!" No, those cameras are. If you can get into like anything like Sony EV series, those are really fire.
Yeah,
those are perfect
facts,
for vlogging
100%.
and stuff. Now, as far as like you've been going on shows. What's your favorite part about doing a show, man? What's something you look forward to when you're performing?
Just the crowd interaction and just being outside and getting involved with the crowd and meeting new people.
Yeah. You travel a lot, like out of state, out of California?
Yeah, here and there, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be stationed in LA for like a minute, but then I had to bounce around to like different places. I just came from Arizona literally last week.
Really?
Yeah.
It's probably nice out there right now. It's not too hot.
Nah. It was cool. It was cool. It was like they got a crazy nightlife.
What part of AZ? Yeah.
Scottsdale.
Bro, I heard Scottsdale's crazy.
Nah, it's lit. It's
lit,
like
huh?
they got like a block with like a club on each corner and like right next door to each other. So it was lit for sure.
Have you ever been to Oregon?
Yeah, I've been to Oregon probably this will be my third time or fourth. Because I've been out here for a tour with Kalen and Miles, Sage, and Eric Bellinger. I'm trying to think if I came out here with Marky Basic. No, I didn't come out here with Marky Basic.
How you feel about the rain?
I love the rain.
Do you?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm a rain person. I go to sleep with rain noises, so
There you go.
it's a vibe.
Bro. Oh, you did? Well, there's still some out there, no? Or is it all melted?
Yeah, it's a little nice.
Have you ever seen snow before?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
I have a roommate. He's from California. He said he's never seen snow before.
Yeah, it doesn't snow in California. You have to go to like Lake Tahoe or like Big Bear, things like that. But I take trips to Big Bear and Lake Tahoe.
So how come every person that I've interviewed says they like the rain, but you're from California and you hate the rain?
I mean, I
I feel like the thing is that you say you like it, right?
Yeah.
But when you come out here and actually live out here, and it's like gloomy and rainy every day, you're gonna get over it. You know?
I mean, yeah, you might get over at a point. I mean, because California, well, in LA it rains.
Like
it rains.
once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while, and then. But in the Bay, when I lived in the Bay, it rained.
You get a lot more rain.
It get more rain, but I don't know. I just like the feel and like the vibe of like the scene, and you know what I'm saying, like.
Hey, it kind of brings out a little artistic side of you.
Exactly. When it rains, I turn my desk to a window, and then I just record, catch a vibe like that. Yeah.
What's speaking of that? So like, what's your recording process? Are you like the home studio? You going to bigger studios? What does a studio session or a recording session look like? You like the preparation and then during?
Oh, well, I used to I recorded at the house. Like I made my song, like most of my music in my mom's crib. Like I record myself. I know how to use all the everything with Pro Tools. So it's like I like recording myself versus going to the studio. I don't mind it. I go to the studio, but you know, some engineers don't pick up with, you know, your pace or like certain things you like to do. They're like slower at it and things like that. So I just kind of sometimes prefer recording myself at point in time. So.
Well, that makes sense, especially if you get used to it and you like have a certain style. Then someone else can't mimic that, and then you're like, man, this ain't vibing right.
Yeah, the vibe.
It's hard.
It's all a vibe when you record music. Everybody has to be on one accord. Can't be like the engineer just trying to figure stuff out as you're recording, because it's like you're gonna throw me off. Now it's like when I'm thinking of, I don't want to have to think of a problem and think of the next line at the same time. So it's like that's why, you know, I'm very, very picky when it comes to that.
The way I see it, there's just benefits, right? And I mean, there's a way you can just be an artist and express yourself, and then compared to at home where you have to kind of like worry about the mix and stuff like that. But so you do get some freedom from what I've seen, you know?
Yeah, no facts.
But it's definitely like got its pros and cons,
100%,
and stuff like that. As far as like, you know, going to the studio, what do you bring with you?
What you mean?
Like, what's something you can't like not have at the studio with you? Like, do you always have like a bottle? You always got some weed? Or like, what's it like?
I mean, I kind of like to stay sober in a sober mind, but it was points in time in my life where I had to like, you know, be smoking or get intoxicated to feel loose. But I feel like that's chasing a high when you really, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I kind of, it's a different thought process for me. Some artists might think differently. Some artists probably like, oh, I need weed to go in, but nah, I just like to be sober, honestly. I just like to, if I hear a beat, it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's easy for me to come up with words, and there it go. But I can't really force myself to like make music. I have to like feel it. It has to be a vibe.
Yeah, it's got to be like in you in a sense, you know?
Exactly. Or I'm never going to put it out. If I feel like this was forced, or if I feel like it's not something that I'm like 100% on, I'll like come back to it a few days later. If I like it, I like it. If not, I never drop it. So it'd be things like that.
Did you feel that way like with those, let's say your biggest songs, right? Did you feel like that way right away, or is it something that you kind of had to come back to and then eventually feel like this is ready?
I knew Tetris was a hit right away. I knew Play was a hit right away. All like my biggest streaming songs, I knew. Like, it's like a feeling. You get a feeling where you like, nah, yeah, this is undeniable. You know what I'm saying? So I knew for sure off the rip.
And there's a lot of artists too that record music and they leave it in the vault for years. Are you that type of person too? Where you just like have stuff in the vault, but then eventually it gets released, or you just like leave it alone?
Nah, I drop. Like, I've been streaming a lot, so if I stream and I play a song on stream and then everybody's like, we want it, since I'm independent, I just drop it. Like the next following week, you know, upload it, give it time to go through all whatever it got to go through, and then drop it.
Man, streaming's crazy. It's changed a whole lot of like ways that people put themselves out there, and so I mean, now you have a whole fan base that's talking to you right away, like right there and then. So I mean, there's live feedback.
Yeah, no.
How does that impact you?
I say, by the end of this year, every artist is gonna be streaming. Our labels is gonna make an artist stream, because it's the easiest way you can get to your fans and you can make $1. So anytime labels see, oh, you can make money off something, they gonna start intertwining with that, and it's gonna be like a thing where it's like, all right, you got to stream for 4 hours today. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an easy thing if you got a fan base, but some people can't just sit at a computer
Right.
and then just create content just sitting at a computer. That's hard.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting the hang of it, of like, you know, having like certain subjects or certain like things that I do while I stream, so it makes it a little easier. But yeah, it's for sure, streaming ain't easy.
Yeah, I seen you do like Song Wars, right? Or
Yeah.
So how is that? Like, is that something you enjoy doing? Or?
Yeah, no, for sure. Cause I did it during COVID at a point in time, like hecka long ago, where like I used to have artists come on. They'll send me a song, but I do it to where it's like you can bet your money. So like if you feel like you got the hottest record or whatever, all right, put $40 to this other artist that feel like he got the hottest record. Yeah, then I let the chat vote.
Okay.
Then I put a poll up, chat votes who got the hardest record. And then it's like it's a good way for a new artist to get their stuff out there, to get looked at, and just things like that. And I be having people come on, like, you know, everybody I do YouTube with, obviously they gonna watch it, and then it's like artists that I mess with gonna watch it. Some artists might jump in and try to be a judge or things like that. So it's a good thing for new artists for sure.
Has it helped you too as an artist, like hearing different tracks and like people's songs and be like, oh, I would do this
It
differently?
opens my mind of like, you know, all the music that's out there.
Yeah.
So it opens my brain to like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I never really would have thought of going on this beat like this or something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
Have you found any like big, like not big artists, but like artists you're like, damn, this kid or this person might blow up while doing that?
I mean, it's a few. It's a
Yeah.
few that come on there that I'm like got potential for sure.
That's pretty nice. You get to see you get exposed to a lot of music all the time. So have you ever decided to work with any of these people that submitted songs or no?
I mean, I just started it probably 3 weeks ago. Probably two.
Oh shoot!
2, 3
So
weeks
it's
ago.
fresh.
Yeah.
Is that something that you'd be able to do though? Like you're like, hey, like let's collaborate. Let's
Yeah,
work
no,
on something.
100%. If I like it enough, for sure, I'll do a verse on it.
What's your type of style though? What do you like doing? Like if you're hopping on a feature, what are you feeling?
I don't really have a style. It's like if I like it, you know, if it moves me, it moves me. It could be a country song. If it's nice, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have a style.
Yeah, that's dope. You said you were from the Bay. Are you from the Bay originally? Like you grew up there, or were you born somewhere else?
So I grew up in like Pittsburgh, Antioch area. I'm from Antioch, but like if I just say Antioch, I feel like nobody really will know that. So I'm like Pittsburgh, Antioch, close to Oakland.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
What's the movement out there like? What's like the music movement looking like over there? Is there
I mean, it's
always somebody out there new? Someone else?
yeah,
that
they got
rapping?
a lot of new artists. Lil Bean, Lil Yee. Can't really think off the top of my head because I don't live out there, but I just know from like things I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a few. It's a few, for sure.
That's awesome. I'm sure there's I mean, it's California, right?
Nah,
I mean,
yeah.
There's always people coming in, going. So I mean, there's mad exposure always
Yeah,
on certain
100%.
things. As far as like content goes, like is there a goal that you have with this? Like, do you eventually want to reach do you have a certain goal that you set yourself with it, or is it just kind of more like giving your music exposure?
What you mean for like YouTube?
Yeah, like do you like eventually just want to like do that full time, or do you want to do music full time? Or like what's that like?
I mean,
or it's just like whatever works.
Yeah, whatever I, mess with the most. But I mean, my end goal is for sure to like, be an artist and do that. But I like making content on YouTube, so it's kind of like both. Basically, like I set myself with goals of like, all right, on YouTube I want to get 50,000 sub goals or 50,000 subs. Then I hit that. Now my goal is 100,000. And then with music, it's like, all right, I want to get back to having a big record or, you know what I'm saying? Just things like that. So yeah, you give yourself self goals for sure.
No, that's good. I feel like having a goal is a really good thing because if you're moving and doing life without a purpose, then it kind of gets like, what am we really doing here? But if you have something like an end goal or at least some type of objective, it makes things a whole lot easier. Kind of switching the topic. So going back to like the show topic. So we're here in Salem. You're about to be performing tonight. Tell us about like horror story of a show you've done, like where it just didn't go as planned or something funny or bad happened. Like, do you have any funny stories of like performances?
Mic stopped working.
Or like the first time you ever performed?
That stuff that always be happening. But I mean, I had like it was this one time when we did a show in the Bay. It was me, KB, Ronnie Banks. We did like a Valentine's Day show, and after the show, we was packing our Sprinter, but we didn't it was our first time doing a show, so we didn't think of like fans will wait by your bus, or fans will wait by the car, so we just leaving out, and then we get bum rushed, and then like we trying to drive off, fans just opening the back door, trying to like jump in the car. It was crazy.
Damn.
Nah, yeah, it was many. They tried to take one of my Timbs, and then they was trying to like just hang on to the car, and then like it was wild, but
man, that's
it'd be
scary,
things
bro.
like that. Nah, yeah. I mean, it was funny, like fun, cause I was younger, so it was kind of like I ain't never really experienced stuff like that.
You got rushed out there like a rock star, bro.
Nah, yeah, no, cause we ain't even think about like, all right, after this show, cause we did it at the New Paris and the cab was like 500 and we sold it out, and like we didn't think like, all right, after the show, where's everybody gonna go? Where's everybody gonna go? So we was just like, all right, the venue's clear, we finna dip, and then we just tried to dip, and then it was all bad.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I could only imagine, like just getting rushed out. Someone taking your shoe, like that's crazy.
Nah,
Come
yeah,
on,
that's
man.
facts.
Like not the Timbs,
Nah,
bro.
hell nah.
As far as like, we're kind of jumping back and forth. I want to get to know you a little bit more on the music side. Inspiration. What inspires you to make music? Or what inspires your music as well?
For me to keep going is my daughter, for sure, 100%. So that keeps me like motivated on like I gotta stay on my toes. Gotta keep everything going for sure.
Yeah. And then music inspiration too. What do you listen to on the daily that kind of like you're like, I want to make music like this, not per se like them, but this is kind of like what I like and what gets me going.
I don't really have like a particular artist that I just go to every time. I just go to New Music Friday and I just skip through it, whichever song I like. I just add to my playlist. It's not, that's why I say it's like I'm not a genre person. It's just I like what I like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, right now I'm listening to the Drake and P&D album.
What you think on that?
Nah, it's a few good joints on there for sure.
What about Give Me a Hug?
Yeah, that's the one I was gonna say.
That's the one right there?
Yeah, that was hard for sure.
He said, fuck the beef. He's like, I'm trying to get the party lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it should have been longer though. He had the beat switch, but I feel like it should have been longer.
He did, huh?
Yeah.
You think that's like a bounce back from his beef with Kendrick or no?
Nah, hell.
Or do you think he needs to accept the L and just like actually say I took an L and move on?
I mean, they kicking him still while he down. So I mean, you gotta respond back and do something. I don't think this album was a respond back to Kendrick. I feel like they been had an album done for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, I'm just not gonna drop it because of all this. Like, he just dropped it.
No, he has to, right?
So they probably had it planned already. So
yeah,
it just worked out the way it worked out though.
You know what's the craziest stat I saw? Is that I think he had like 93, Kendrick had 93.2 million listeners on like Spotify, and Drake just beat it by like 0.2.
Yeah, because
but it's P&D and Drake though, so I mean, is it really credited to him though?
He dropped a project.
Yeah.
Kendrick, I think he ain't dropped a project with like 2-3 months. So
well, they were comparing those two. They were comparing both.
Oh, projects.
Like when they had came out, yeah. So.
Oh yeah, but you got P&D.
Yeah.
So it's like that's carrying a little extra for sure.
You know what I really liked or enjoyed about the album at least is that it kind of gives me like Nothing Was the Same vibes mixed in with some bit. Like P&D too.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what I get out of it.
They a good blend for sure.
So what do you got coming up? As far as projects, we're talking about all these big artists. What do you got coming up? EP, projects, singles? Like, what's coming up for Derek King in the near future?
Right now, I'm just dropping singles, and then I have a project in the works. I'm gonna drop that probably probably like a month or two. But I just been doing a lot of like content, things like that with YouTube. So I'm just trying to learning to balance the two.
Have you, since Play and Tetris, like, have you had any projects or singles that have seen, like, some good traction? Or are you still trying to, like,
find? I had my first No Skips was like, my top, I feel like, top projects.
When was that dropped?
Probably, what, 2 years, a year ago?
Okay.
2 years
23,
ago?
24.
Yeah, and I did, like, Inspired by True Events, which did cool. No Skips 2, which did cool. So it's like when I drop a tape, it does cool. But I haven't been like shooting music videos and things like that. But I'm finna get back into that mode where I'm like shooting more music videos, things like that. So
what's like an artist or a couple artists that you like collaborating with? Because I've seen you do, a good amount of features and different collaborations on projects. Like, do you have a specific artist that you like doing music with or creating music with?
Capolo.
Oh, he's hard.
Me and Capolo like lock in real. You know what I'm saying? When we get in the studio, we knock out stuff easy. We did a tape and we dropped it, Toxic Waves, and we did that project in a day. Literally, like 6-7 songs in a day.
Damn. You working fast.
Yeah, me and him worked fast together for sure. He just came to my crib. I recorded.
You guys got good chemistry?
Yeah, hell yeah, that's my boy. So shout out Capolo.
Heck yeah. Now, as far as this next project goes that you're working on, is there any notable features on that one?
Yeah, but I don't want to say nothing yet. So I'm starting to learn to like keep things in and just announce by surprise.
I see.
Yeah, for sure.
Create that anticipation.
Nah, yeah, for sure, 100%.
Heck yeah. So you said that you're trying to get back into music videos. When was the last music video you dropped? Has it been a while?
Yeah, it's been a minute. Probably like, a year? Probably a year and a half. But I think, which one was that? I forgot. It'd be so much stuff going on, bro. I'd be forgetting.
You got a dedicated videographer? Somebody that you go to and that's my guy?
I had like 4 or 5.
4 or 5 of them?
For sure. Like, directed by Ice. It's another one. Broke Alex. Waves, I think his name is. It's a few. Like, if one's busy, just go to the next one. Things like
gotcha.
that. So they all give me the same kind of like feel, but in different ways. No homo.
Are they all located in LA or like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep, for sure. Broke Alex is in Sacto. So like when I'm in the Bay, then I'll hit Broke Alex.
Yeah.
When I'm in LA, I got a few like to hit out there. Oh, Nick Mays, he's hard. That's the dude I be working with. Yeah.
Yes, sir. No, that's dope, man. I mean, obviously you have a lot going on in music.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. A lot of anticipation. We got a show tonight.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I just know that Salem's ready for you, man. It's about to be crazy tonight.
Yeah, man, it's gonna
I
be
hope
lit.
you're ready because we about to show you out, bro.
I'm ready. I'm lit. I'm probably gonna take a nap and then head over, you know what I'm saying, to the venue. But yeah,
No doubt.
I'm ready for sure.
So, kind of concluding remarks, what would you say, like just a piece of advice? And I want to kind of spin this on like a piece of advice for like a kid that's maybe making music in a city that doesn't really have a scene, because that's kind of our platform. Like I was telling you when we were driving down here, like Salem, there's a couple of things going on, music, nightlife, entertainment. We're trying to kind of build it. So like what advice of just things you've learned of like, actually making music, creating music, making tracks, like what advice do you have for someone like that they feel like, oh, I can't make it out?
I mean, you can. You just gotta stay consistent and think of something different. So like, just different things. Just like with artists, you gotta. If you scroll on Instagram, do something that you don't see on Instagram. Like just like with interviews. What would catch somebody's eye in 30 seconds if you was to post a clip on Instagram? Like things like that. So it's just like you gotta think outside the box.
Yeah. Exactly. You gotta stand out. Stand Yeah.
And it ain't really hard. I mean, you just gotta do things that you're not comfortable doing.
Yeah.
Like literally, like that's literally it.
Exactly. It's all about the first 2 seconds or whatever of a clip.
Oh yeah, it's like Instagram. It's like for sure like the first. They judge it off like the first 30. It depends on how long your video is, but the first few seconds of your video, they know. Like if you scroll, are you staying to watch or are you scrolling past it?
Facts.
So like that first few moments is very, very important.
Yeah. You know what the craziest thing too is, one last thing to add on to this, is that most people watch your videos without the sound on. So you gotta make that visual like the crazy hook.
Yeah.
Because they watch your stuff with no sound on. So
Yeah,
I thought that was
thanks.
kind of crazy.
Nah, it is wild. Because they gotta click it to turn the sound on. That's how Instagram probably know like if they're engaged with it.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. Well, there you have it. Advice from Derek King. Derek King, we appreciate you being here.
appreciate
we appreciate y'all being here in Salem. I know it's gonna be crazy. We're excited to show you tonight. Trust.
It's lit.
And again, this is Made by Power, Rhythm and Flow. I got DJ Inferno with me right here. Derek King. Let's go. Let's turn up. Let's get it.
Peace.